Good day, everybody. Nice to be here again in Winelands studio. As you know, my name is Densha.
And I'm Judith. Hi, everyone.
So today we are in this month, 2 months, we talk about black and white photos, black and white photography, and everything it brings. So ons gaan wissel tussen Engels en Afrikaans, but we have a lot of people ask that we can do it in English, so I will give it my best with a prayer. I will get through this. Amen.
Amen.
So, guys, thank you first of all for the great response last week.
Yes.
The
amazing.
DMs, the private messages, the WhatsApps, the emails. No emails.
Yeah. No emails.
On the program or
Yes.
on
The
what
segment,
the segment,
yeah.
what we tried to achieve.
Yes.
Last week we had a photo of a couple, and the theme, actually, the build up to all of this was a bit weird. We just had a feeling, and we decided to trust the feeling.
Yes. Yeah.
So this week we've decided to go a different route. It's also black and white Mondays. So what we're gonna, first we want to establish some ground rules.
Yes.
The first thing is this picture segment or this video is not about critiquing other people's work.
Yes.
It's
Definitely not
only
about critiquing.
to edify and to express and to almost give gratitude to the effort people put in to take great
Yes.
quality photos.
Yes.
Ne?
Yes, exactly.
So there's a lot of you guys who send us stuff that is a bit critical, especially privates. But we've decided not to go that route. We really want to spend our energy to tell people, well done, we love your work.
Yes,
We
yeah.
want to continue supporting you guys, and also want to send that message out
Yeah.
to.
I think there also needs to be a lot more appreciation on what you do. Because for me, if someone gives me a thumbs up for a picture, it makes me feel great that somebody took the time and just appreciated my work and appreciate the effort that I put into it. Because it does take a lot of effort.
A lot of effort.
Yeah.
But you know what's better than a thumbs up? When someone actually put words to the emoji.
Yes.
So
exactly.
if they tell you, Dan, I love this, and that's exactly what this program or segment is all about. That is the one thing. The other thing which we discussed during this week was photography has slightly evolved over this past 7, 8 years, 9 years. You will remember, previously, stuff that inspired people were like great poems,
Yes.
or a kwai film, or
Yeah.
a song, but it's all stuff that inspire, that gives hope, that changes perspective of people's minds.
Yes.
But nowadays, we almost see that photos becomes a language in which people express themselves.
Yes, exactly. Definitely.
And this is the thing that we want to do or try to capture in this short segment, how people express their views,
Yes.
their artisticness, their talents, the stuff they love, where their heart is, and we also want to show appreciation for that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this week, guys, we have posted 3 pictures. So I've met a guy. Actually, we've met a guy. He is a film photographer. So he actually shoots with the films you make,
Yes.
and then it shoots. So it's all manual. And I've met him through someone who actually sold him some second-hand darkroom stuff.
Yes.
Also something we might
Yeah.
discuss in the future.
In the very near future.
Yes. And through that, you've come across our path, and we've shown 3 photos of him. And we've asked people to engage with him or with us
Yes.
on the photo, and you will see the amazing feedback we got.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna show the three photos here on the screen. So the one is the empty chair, and the other one is this, I wanna call it broken feather, and the other one is this flower.
Yes.
So let me explain what we're gonna do. We're gonna discuss it a bit, then we're gonna read some of your comments, and then we've asked Gerald to send us a voice clip of every photo, what was his intention. And we haven't listened to it yet.
It's so exciting. I can't wait to hear his point of view.
We haven't heard it, we haven't looked at it, we only know that he sent it. I have it on my phone. So if we're done, we're gonna play it live for you guys.
Yeah.
We're also gonna hear it for the first time.
Yes.
And then maybe we can see if there's some magic in that process. So today, I think we're gonna discuss first. Let me also just go into the process of how we do it. So if you go to his Instagram angle, we'll submit it in the comments below.
Yeah.
You will see this is what he does. He's a landscape black and white photographer,
Yeah.
and his stuff is
You get lost in his stuff.
so Vicky and the team, we actually went through all of his timeline, and there was a lot of stuff, and there's even more.
It's
and
very difficult to choose.
So we had a scientific way to figure out which three are we actually wanted to choose one, but you will see impossible. So the first one that we've chosen was the chair.
Yeah.
When I look at this picture, the nothingness, but also that just how the light falls on the chair,
Yes.
the contrast, the depth in the shadow, what the light does through the window, you know. Also the fact that it's not that clear what's outside.
Yeah,
It just
exactly, the
pulls
window.
me
Yeah,
in.
yeah, exactly. When I looked at it, the first thing, now I'm very, I would say when I look at things, I look at it very into an emotional thing or emotional way. And then when I looked at it, I don't know why, but it reminded me of the prodigal son in the Bible. And the chair is like the dad or whoever's sitting there and just awaiting this thing to come, looking through the window and just waiting on this thing to come or this person to come. Just like you said now, the way the light goes on the chair, and then the darkness that's also at the bottom of the chair, showing like the inside, the environment where he's at, or I would say where he's at, because I'm now thinking of the prodigal son, is a darkened state. It's kind of a hopeless state that the person maybe is in. But then just peeking out the window and sitting by the window and just peeking out the window, it makes me want to know, like, I want to grab this picture and just open the window and see what's in there. So this is what I see from this picture, just holding on. And if you think about Corona and everything that happened in the world, it also reminds me of the little bit of light that comes through the window, showing you it's not the end. There's still more out there. There's still more to come. So keep holding on.
Yeah. The emotion that's invoked in me is that thing of everyone has that private place.
Yeah.
You know, that secret place where you are in the dark, but you see the light.
Yes.
You know, it's that place where you can rest.
Yes.
Where you are comfortable.
Yes.
It's that place where, actually, what's nice about this picture for me, the greatest thing about this picture for me, is the fact that there's only one chair.
Yeah.
It's the thing of I can I have my own place.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I
So,
get what you're saying.
and you can be comfortable there.
Mm.
You can decide to rest there.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe we must just read a few comments, and this is in Afrikaans. It's a comment from Angela.
I loved Angela's
Yeah.
comment.
Will you read it?
Yes. So Angela Daniels het gesê ek wil graag hoor wat julle te sê het oor hierdie spesifieke foto. Toe ek dit sien, het dit my onmiddellik eensaam laat voel. Wow. Dit laat my dink aan iemand wat hunker om buite te wees tussen mense, maar gevange gehou word weens omstandighede. Weens siekte, depressie, isolasie, die lys is eindeloos. Dit kan letterlik en figuurlik wees. Iemand wat dalk 'n introvert is en uiting wil gee aan wat hulle regtig voel. Dit laat my dink aan iemand wat vasgevang voel. Dit is wat hierdie foto my aan laat dink het. Wil graag hoor wat die fotograaf se idee was toe hy of sy die spesifieke foto geneem het. Wow.
Sure. Ja, so ek dink weer eens dat evoke verskillende emotions in verskillende mense. En Angela het dit beautiful gecapture dat dit ook dit is, dat dit kan dit uitwys. Ja, ek sal nog voel
But you know what's so interesting about this is we all gave our viewpoint. Angela gave her viewpoint, you gave your viewpoint, I gave my viewpoint. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing, but we see it differently.
Yes,
that is what's so amazing.
That is the beauty of it. We want to go on to the next one. Thanks, Gerard. You really contributed in a great way. Now, this photo of the feather. Yes, see, I must tell you, this is for me just pure art.
Yes.
This is just, I like the unravelness of it. I like just how the light, played with, especially the don'tsies.
Yes.
That fragile part, that part that isn't formed, it's just there.
Yeah.
Oh, the detail.
Yes.
This is actually just great photography. That's what I appreciate here.
Yes.
Just the art.
And the detail of everything. Like you see the detail, all the lines, you see the softness, you see the textures, just like we spoke about last week.
Yeah.
That is what black and white is about, seeing all of those different textures and lines. If you look at it, he took the picture in one section of the frame, if I can put it like that. I'm putting it now simply for someone that doesn't understand photography. He just took, there's one part of the feather that's totally taken kind of away, focusing on the part where the softness is coming through, where the hard and soft is coming through and coming together.
I'm just going to read here what Angela again says. The way the photographer used the light to capture the image immediately make me think of the biblical meaning of a feather. Symbolizes light, purity, holiness, angels guarding over us. Oh my, Angela, angels watching over us. Thank you so much for your comment.
Thank you for your comment. Yes. Also Latifa, which is our neighbor next door to us, from Cherry Soul, Wellington. Beautiful. You managed to capture the finest detail in this pic.
Yes.
Which is. That is just basically putting it into words. Yeah.
So, there's still a lot I can say about this image, but once again, oh my word, this is.
It's also agile. If you look at it, then it's also agile. The part where the softness comes in, it's like that's the moving parts of it, and then the other part is like solid. It's like a solid rock, and then you have one part. If you see, there's a little line there that stands out a little bit more in the big structured part. If you see on the screen, there's like a one that's bold over there. It's like I'm trying to come loose, I'm trying to be free, but not totally. And then you have the bottom part where I found myself, I'm free. That's what I see.
I like the fact that you say it's agile. If you look at the picture, you can see there's actually a little bit of movement or wind movement in the photo or in the image, and that has something to do with the fact that feathers can move in if feathers don't they don't go against wind. They go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
They fluid. yeah, so
Adapting to change.
yeah, yeah. Let's just move on to the other one quickly. Where's my mouse now?
So now we have the last and final picture, but not the least, a beautiful flower. If I look at this picture, it just shows me, just like Angela said, it's something that stands out, something that's not willing to fit in, whatever that environment is. And it's something that brings light. If you look at the picture, everything around it's like in a kind of darkened state. And then this flower with the 4 white petals, it's like it just brings light to the picture. I'm different, I stand out, and that's okay.
What captures me, except the beautiful light, obviously, is the shades of white, the shades of grey, the shades of darkness, but then also the out of focus part, which is closest to the camera. You can see it, you can feel it here, it's coming out. And once again, he actually nailed this photo. The fact that he cropped it like this with the flower in the middle, in the center, and then also it's going into all directions to get you thinking about the possibilities. You know, it can go either way. What I'm really interested in, I wonder, as a lifestyle photographer, how much influence do you have on your surroundings? If you're like in journalism, we know you can't, or there's a rule in photojournalism that you don't interfere with the image or with what's happening in the frame. And I really get the sense that he actually didn't have a lot to do with how the frame is.
Yeah.
He just captured the moment, you know.
Exactly.
And that is an art form on its own. To be able to do that is really amazing. Right. So we're gonna read now and listen back to his voice note, and then we will give you some. We will see what he has to say about all of these photos, and then we'll have some closing remarks.
Yes.
Sure. Guys, what we've learned this week, I think, is emotion is sometimes not, it doesn't happen automatically.
Yes.
If you think about the chair, it was skill combined with emotion. If we listen to what Jared said,
totally agree with that.
He went out specifically to capture this as the light fall. So you need some photography skill to create emotion or to create something timeless. And like we said last week in our previous episode, that this is exactly what this segment is about. It's about to acknowledge people's skills, but also to acknowledge and talk about the stuff that it loosen up in us.
It evokes stuff in us. So that's what it's all about, evoking even more.
Yeah, so thank you. And obviously whatever we have to say is not the alpha and omega of a picture. And even the photographer will say, what I've captured is not the alpha and omega. Whatever you do with it is what you do with it. So I always think about like the potjie kos thingy. So whatever you throw in forms a new dish. That is what we're trying to do here.
We're just trying to add some flavor, that's all.
Black and white flavor.
Yeah.
So guys, from our side, we love you. Thank you for being part of the whole experience until now. Thank you from the Winelands team. And we want to thank everyone who supports us.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Latifa, for taking the time to put in your comments, and even the people from last week. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate your engagement in this segment.
And also then thank you for our technical team, the people behind the scenes, the other Winelands family. We see your hand there.
Yes, Victoria.
Thank you for the wave. And guys, we're looking forward to see you next week. Please feel free to comment. Still, check out Gerard's stuff. Check out his Instagram handle. It will be in this description below. And also keep on following us. And thank you for making photography fun with us.
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
Peace out.
This image of a feather is actually a deep lockdown photo. This was taken at the time when we were only allowed out for 2 hours a day to go exercise in the mornings. And I would spend that 2 hours walking around trying to find interesting things to photograph with my macro setup. Because we couldn't leave and to take photos, I got hold of some macro lenses and set them up with my tripod with a little light box. And I would shoot anything, acorns, leaves, feathers. And this is one of my favorite ones, the feather which I actually found at my doorstep as I came back. This was not a lockdown photo, but came from things that I learned while I was on lockdown. Once again, when we were unable to walk very far, when we were only allowed out for 2 hours doing exercise, I'd find plants in various different places to shoot. And this is actually one that I found while I was working one day. But what really struck me is just this white star in the middle of the dark background. This is a photo I've tried to take several times before, and I think this is one of the nicest ones. On my in-laws farm there's a little abandoned house and it's got a couple of things stored in it. But what struck me about this is this beautiful light falling in through this window, and it's almost as though you could sit and watch the world go by at this window, but no one has for a very, very long time.
Sure. Guys, what I've learned this week, what we've learned this week, I think, is emotion is sometimes not, it doesn't happen automatically.
Yes.
If you think about the chair, it was skill combined with emotion. If we listen to what Jared said,
Totally agree with that.
he went out specifically to capture this as the light fall. So you need some photography skill to create emotion or to create something timeless. And like we said last week in our previous episode, that this is exactly what this segment is about. It's about to acknowledge people's skills, but also to acknowledge and talk about the stuff that it loosen up in us.
It evokes stuff in us.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's what it's all about, evoking even more.
Yeah, so thank you. And obviously whatever we have to say is not the alpha and omega of a picture. And even the photographer will say, what I've captured is not the alpha and omega. Whatever you do with it is what you do with it. So I always think about like the potjie kos thingy. So whatever you throw in forms a new dish. That is what we're trying to do here.
We're just trying to add some flavor, that's all.
Black and white flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, from our side, we love you. Thank you for being part of the whole experience until now. Thank you from the Winelands team.
Yes.
And we want to thank everyone who supports us.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Latifa, for taking the time to put in your comments, and even the people from last week. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate your engagement in this segment.
Yeah. And also then thank you for our technical team, the people behind the scenes, the other Winelands family. We see your hand there.
Yes, Victoria.
Thank you for the wave. And guys, we're looking forward to see you next week. Please feel free to comment. Still, check out Gerard's stuff. Check out his Instagram handle. It will be in the description below. And also keep on following us. And thank you for making photography fun with us.
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
Peace out.